Hey race fans, it's Radio Orange Fan 2011, and it is now time to start the PORWC Pepsi Cup Series of Season 3, and we're getting started with the Bud Shootout Last Chance Qualifier. 23 drivers will be entering this Bud Shootout Last Chance Qualifier. Only the top 5 will go into the Budweiser Shootout to be eligible for the pole for the Daytona 500. It'll just be 6 laps. It's going to be pretty short, so it's going to be 6 laps, no yellow flag, so if you wreck, you wreck. That's it. We'll just go through this starting lineup. William Duncan and Zohar Manood will be row 1, followed by Jake Cole and Luke Martin, Anthony McCurry, Eric Burton, Randy Carpenter, and Sam Young. Running at the top 10 are Ben Paul and Lyndon Wright. Then in row 6, you got Wolfgang Mason, Pichu London. Row 7 has Brandon Bain, Jacob Lawler. Row 8, Alexander Jones, Ricky Hawk. Row 9, John Dillon and Ty Naughton. Row 10 has Richard Johnson and Stephen Whitman. 11th row has John Waycross and Ryan Cooper, and Preston Plord will be starting dead last. So here we go, guys. Just going to make this quick and simple. Top 5, remember that, the top 5 advance to the Budweiser Shootout for the chance to start on the pole, and really I should actually say the front row, because in the Bud Shootout the top 2 will get to start on the front row. Everybody else will have to go through the Gatorade duels later on here in Speed Weeks. As we wait the pace car to make the left turn to pit road. Pace car makes the left turn to pit road. 6 laps. 6 laps. Who will advance to the Budweiser Shootout as the green flag waves? Here we go. 23 drivers and only 5 spots available. Who will get into the Budweiser Shootout? We'll have to wait and see. It looks like William Duncan trying to get some help. Oh, gotta be careful, Jake Cole. Don't want to be bump drafting in that left rear quarter panel. Of course, we've seen some very interesting scenarios when drivers have been bump drafting on the left rear quarter panel. And now Zohar Manood with a full head of steam is going to take over the lead coming into turn 3. By the way, guys, there are no yellow flags, so if there's a wreck, there is a wreck, and that's it. You wreck, you DNF, then you're out of it. 5 laps to go. Now Zohar Manood leads the first lap. Ben Paul has moved his way into the second position. Wolfgang Mason has moved up to third, the Englishman. Then you got Brandon Bain in fourth, and Alexander Jones is currently in the last qualifying spot with John Dillon and Richard Johnson close behind. Now everybody's starting to spread out now as Ben Paul takes the lead, trying to take the lead coming off turn 4, getting help from Wolfgang Mason, the Englishman. Oh, Luke Martin's around. Luke Martin is around, Sam Young, Jacob Lawler, and they are out of the Budweiser Shootout. We'll have to take a good look at that after the race, but their hopes are done. As you can tell, there are no yellow flags, so for Jacob Lawler, Sam Young, and Luke Martin, it's going to take a miracle for them to even be close to qualifying for this Budweiser Shootout. As we're just about to reach the halfway point now. It's Wolfgang Mason followed by Zohar Manood. They've pulled away, the top 2 have pulled away just a little bit. Now John Dillon has taken over the 3rd position. Preston Plord, who started dead last, has moved his way into the top 5. We're now halfway through this race. We got a couple of drivers such as Randy Carpenter, Eric Burton, Jake Cole. They're starting to fall off the pace just a little bit. But with only 3 laps to go, they're going to need to really get some speed here if they want to be even close to contention for a spot at the Budweiser Shootout. As well as Anthony McCurry and John Waycross. They're probably going to need some help here, but they're going to need to pick their line and be aware of where is going on. Zohar Manood is retaking the lead now. We'll come around with 2 laps to go, and Zohar Manood is the leader, followed by Wolfgang Mason, Ricky Hawk in 3rd, William Duncan 4th, Preston Plord is in the last qualifying spot. It looks like it's pretty much going to be for the win, at least it's going to be a battle between Wolfgang Mason and Zohar Manood at this point, but it seems that Ricky Hawk is starting to close in just a little bit from the 3rd position. And now here comes Pichu London and Stephen Whitman trying to take away the last 2 qualifying spots. At this point, oh, Preston Plord hard into the wall, but he saves it. Here we go to take the white flag, 1 to go, and Wolfgang Mason is currently the leader of this pack. Then it's Zohar Manood, Ricky Hawk in third. It's Stephen Whitman now in fourth, and Pichu London rounding out your top 5. It looks like the top 3 are just about all but in. Well, they're all but in, barring the miracle of all miracles, and maybe Stephen Whitman now has a bit of a cushion here for 4th place. Now we got a battle here for 5th. Anthony McCurry's fallen to the high side. He's going to lose 5th. Will Lyndon Wright or John Dillon get the final transfer spot? Ricky Hawk takes home the win. Zohar Manood 2nd. Wolfgang Mason 3rd. Stephen Whitman 4th. And it is Lyndon Wright who will take home the last transfer spot into the Budweiser Shootout. So our 5 drivers there are 5 drivers that have made it. Drivers such as John Dillon and Ty Naughton, so close, but just couldn't come up with enough speed to pass Lyndon Wright there, who Lyndon Wright will take home the final transfer spot. Stephen Whitman will finish off 4th, so he will be eligible for the Budweiser Shootout. Of course, these three pretty much dominated the second half of the race. Zohar Manood, Ricky Hawk, and Wolfgang Mason, so they were definitely in. And Ricky Hawk will take home some momentum with the victory here in this Budweiser. Whoa, we gotta be careful. Whoa, what's going on here? A lot of confusion going on pit road. But we're gonna take a look at that one incident that happened around lap 2, because that definitely ended three drivers' hopes at making it to this Budweiser Shootout. So stay tuned for that. This is the incident that there was no caution, but this was the one incident that happened during this race. You saw them going 4 wide here, and then Randy Carpenter had to really go up the racetrack. He bounces off the wall. That slows down Jake Cole. That also slows down Luke Martin here. And then right around here, you're going to take a look at our bird's eye view camera. Luke Martin, it gets into Sam Young and Jacob Lawler. Eric Burton was that close to also spinning out. Nobody hit the wall here. Luckily, nobody else got involved, but that's a tough break for Luke Martin, Sam Young, and Jacob Lawler. Had high hopes, a lot of high hopes had run for them, but now they'll have to participate in the Gatorade Duels to determine where they will start for the Daytona 500. Now, I just don't feel like editing, so I'm just going to fast forward you through the race to the start-finish line. So seemingly Zohar Manood had the win here, but Ricky Hawk had a full head of steam heading into the tri-oval, and we take you through the let's take you from this angle here. We'll get you through this frame by frame. It is Ricky Hawk and then Zohar Manood. Wolfgang Mason comes in 3rd. Let's just make sure everything's official. Yes, Stephen Whitman is 4th. And pretty close battle here for the final transfer spot, but Lyndon Wright will take home the final transfer spot, and he will advance to the Budweiser Shootout. Tough break for drivers such as John Dillon, Ty Naughton, Anthony McCurry, Brandon Bain, and William Duncan. And you see everybody else will cross the finish line. And now we take you to your results. There's a look at the official results. Ricky Hawk, Zohar Manood, Wolfgang Mason, Stephen Whitman, and Lyndon Wright will all advance to the Budweiser Shootout, and they will participate to have a chance at the pole in the front row for the Daytona 500. Again, tough break for drivers such as John Dillon, Ty Naughton, Anthony McCurry, Brandon Bain, and William Duncan. They will have to go through the Gatorade Duels later on here in Speed Weeks. We'll go through the rest of the finishing order. John Waycross, Pichu London, Alexander Jones, Richard Johnson, Preston Plord, Ben Paul, Randy Carpenter, Eric Burton, Jake Cole, Ryan Cooper, Sam Young, Luke Martin, and Jacob Lawler. So we're off to a fast start here in Speed Weeks, and of course the Budweiser Shootout is up next, so stay tuned for that. This has been your PORWC President, Kevin Rabinal, a.k.a. Randy Orton Fan 2011, Aaron Williams, a.k.a. Simrelay NASCAR Fan 34, signing off. This race has been brought to you by Pepsi Next. Crisp, refreshing, amazing, Pepsi Next. I'm out.